Okay, so I have shown you the Excel the format of the trial balance and the question for you to in one screen to understand how you can do it perfectly. So in this question, so you go with the first uh, point that's saying that summary of the cash account. Cash control account is given for your uh, cash control account is given to you. So first of all, they are saying on 1st April 2023, he invested, the Rohit invested 2.25 million, 2.250 or 2,250,000 rupees in cash. So that has been already debited in the cash control account or the cash book, right? You can see investment of initial capital 2,250,000 was debited. That means it is debited here and credited in the capital account. So the technique to do it very faster is that whatever the transactions coming in the receipts will come in the credit side of the trial balance, and whatever transactions that are coming in the credit side of the cash book will be coming in the debit side of the trial balance. So that is the first thing that you need to do. Okay, so now let's see how we can do this question. So first of all, you have to name this. Okay, so first of all, you have to name this as Rohit Hardware, and this is the trial balance. As such. Okay, so let's name this trial balance as Rohit Hardware, his company name, and after that trial balance as at 31st March 2024. So we have to prepare this trial balance on this date. So the following additional information is also provided. Summary of the account is here. So first of all, you have this. Let's deal with the debit side. Then after that, once the debit side is over, let's go to the credit side. So in the debit side, we have investment of initial capital. So we can say initial capital, it is capital account. So we go to the capital account, saying 2.25 million. So this is let's name this also as description or account name, you can say, and this is debit, you can say DR, and credit CR. Okay, after that let's put capital here. The capital will be in the credit side. So if you put it in thousands, better to work in thousands, and you have to mention here is all are in thousands, in rupees and thousands. It's very easy to work, so always try to work in this way, right? So capital is 2.25 million, so it is 212,250. That is the capital you have to put. Then after that, you have to go for the cash sales. So we cannot go for cash sales. You cannot name like that. So you have to name it as sales. So how to calculate the sales? So with regards to the sales, you can see here in the cash control account, they have given you 5.2 million, right? So the sales would be in the credit side as well. So it will be 5.2 million plus, and there is also receipts from trade debtors. So that also will be added to the sales. Plus, if you go to the second point, they are giving you receivable and payable balance as at 31st March 2024. The trade debtors balance is 1,600 or 1.6 million. So you have to add that also, trade debtors balance as at 31st, because these sales have been incurred within that particular financial year for which you are making the trial balance. So you have to put all the transactions that are coming in within that year, right? So this is your sales figure. Then after that, you have to there is, if you go to the credit side, now debit side is over. If you go to the credit side, the first thing you have is the purchases. So it's cash purchases. So you know that sales can come in two ways: credit sale and cash sale. In the same way, purchase also can be incurred in terms of credit and in terms of cash. So you put a common name as purchases. How do you calculate purchases? So purchases are expenses, so it will be in the debit side. Or in other way you can also find out that all the credit items that are coming in the cash control account will come in the debit side of the trial balance. So the cash purchase or purchases will be in the debit side. So what are the purchases? You have cash purchases. This is also the similar treatment as sales, the sales figure that you found out. So cash purchases 850. Then you have the payment to creditors, that is 3750, right? Payment to creditors. And if there are any other things, yeah, you have this in the second point, trade creditors. So that will be 1,100,000. So you have 5,700 as a sales figure, sorry, purchase figure. Okay, now what you need to show, very important, you can't do like that. So if you do in this way, you may sometimes lose some marks. So what you have to do, when you are making some calculation, when you are adding 2-3 figures together, you have to show workings for this. So we can write sales figure, we can write working 1. For purchase also you added multiple figures, so this is working 2. This is very important, that's why I didn't do it before, because I want to specially notify this to you all, right? So purchase W2, that is working 2. So you have to do the workings down, so in the side here. So working one is what? Working 1 is sales figure. In the sales figure you calculated the cash sales, that is 5,200,000, and receipts from debtors, that is 1,250, and trade debtor balance. Trade debtor balance is 1,600. So in total that will be 8,050. So this is how you have to do this. Then in the similar way, what you have to do, you have to find out the working number 2, which is purchases. So with regards to purchases, you have cash purchase, that is 850, and payment to creditors, that is 375, and in the second point you have trade creditor balance. Trade creditor balance 1,100. So in total you get 5,700. So this is that. Okay, so working 1, working 2. Then the next part what you have to do is look for something, salaries and wages, right? So go for salaries and wages. So how can you do this, salaries and wages? So with regards to salaries and wages, you have 950,000, right? 950,000 is salaries and wages. And if you go down and see if there are any markings for salaries and wages, salary payable, here 80,000 is there. So what you have to do now for salaries and wages, if there is payable of 80,000, you have to add this, right? You have to add this payable. So in this case, you can write it here as well. So if you don't want to do workings there, you can add here as well, saying that will be salaries and wages 950 plus 80. So that will be in the debit side. So 950 plus 80. Then when you are making this, you should be able to do some other entries also here. So before doing that, let's first finish this control account. So after salaries and wages, you have drawings. What about the drawings? Drawings are 100,000. So you don't have any adjustment for drawings in the remaining 4 points. So just put 100. So this is 100 is drawings in the debit side. Drawings is an expense. Then what are the other things that you need to find out? Right? Okay, so then petty cash. So this is amount transferred to petty cash. So with regards to petty cash, you need to know that 60,000 is transferred to the petty cash, so it will be credited. So but actually you need to understand in this trial balance how much is the petty cash balance. So in the trial balance mean you are not making anything, you are not making any entries here. You are just showing the balances of each account. So if in the petty cash account you have given 60,000, that means you have transferred. Out of that, they have given you some expenses in the 4th point. The following expenses have been paid from the petty cash. So how much? So you have to minus those expenses. So 12 minus 8 minus 25. So you have to minus this. Then what is the petty cash balance? Now you can see here 60 minus 12 minus 8 minus 25. You have 15,000 remaining in your petty cash. So your petty cash balance will be 15,000. So that's it. Then go to the machinery account. With regards to machinery, this machinery was purchased on 1st January 2024 for 1 million rupees. And machinery is, you go to the 3rd point and see, machinery is to be depreciated at the rate of 20% per annum at cost on straight line basis. So you have to do some calculation for this. So in this case, you have to calculate the cost of the machine, plus you have to calculate the depreciation for the machinery. So the cost of the machinery is 1 million. So 1 million is 1,000. In thousand terms, it is 1,000. Then the other part is you have to calculate the depreciation for the machinery. And with the depreciation, you have to calculate the accumulated depreciation as well. That is for the balance sheet. Accumulated depreciation. Right. When it comes to an asset, so you have to put the assets cost and depreciation expenses and the total accumulated depreciation. So let's do some workings on it. So working number 4. Right. So working number 4, since we are doing it for the first year, just one year, like for only 1 year. So working number 4. So what about working number 3? Sorry, it's working number 3. Right. So working number 3. Finding out depreciation. So if you want to find out the depreciation, cost minus cost minus scrap value divided by useful years, but nothing is given here. So you have the cost and the depreciation rate. So just take the cost, it is 1 million, and depreciation rate is 20%. So what is the depreciation per year? Would be 1 million into 20%, which is 200. Okay, this is 200. So this is per year, but actually this machine was purchased on 1st January 2024, but the trial balance you are preparing it for 31st March 2024. So 31st March 2024, 1st January to 1st January 2024 to 31st March 2024. How many months? There are 3 months. So this depreciation what you have calculated is for 1 year, right? It is for 1 year, but actually the expenses are for only 3 months. So what you have to do, 200 divided by 12 months into 3 months, that will be 50. So the depreciation, accumulated depreciation will be 50. Depreciation expenses will be 50 in the debit side. Accumulated depreciation is also 50 in the credit side. So this is how you have to do. Right, so machinery is over now. The next part is office rent. Office rent is 900,000. Is there any other things that you need to do it for the rent? Yeah, there is a office rent payment includes rent advance of 180,000. So if it is advance, you have to minus. If it is payable, you have to add with the expenses. Okay, so in this case, from April 2024 to June 2024, there was an advance paid. So this is prepaid rent from April to June, April, May, June, 3 months. So they have paid 3 months advance. So if you can understand from here is 900,000 is paid now, and 900,000. Now you have to understand here what is the rent amount for 1 month, right? So this is for April to June, April, May, June, 3 months. So 180,000 is for 3 months mean. How much is it for 1 month? 180,000 divided by 3 months, that is 60,000 per month. So per year how much? 60,000 into 12, that is 720. But something is missing here, whatever it is. So now what you have to do is, since this is an advance payment, you get this office rent, the total amount, which is 900, and whatever advance you paid, you have to minus it, then 720. How much we calculated for 12 months? 720. So this is the total expenses for that year, right? So 720 is the office rent amount. So that will be an expense. So debit side 720. Right. Then electricity. What about electricity? Electricity is, are they saying anything about the electricity? No. So electricity is 150,000. So how can you write this?